Hey everyone, Namaste. Welcome back to Curries to Cakes. I'm back with another super easy recipe which everybody likes. It's pizza recipe and we're gonna make a pizza from the scratch. I'll show you how to make margherita pizza. So without any further ado, let's begin the recipe. So for this recipe, we'll need olive oil 23 ml, yeast 4 grams, sugar 3 grams, salt 2 grams, lukewarm water 85 ml, and flour 156 grams. Now we'll activate the yeast. So before adding the water to the yeast, check the temperature. It shouldn't be too hot, not even warm, also very mildly warm. So now add this water into a bowl and sprinkle the yeast on it. Add sugar and give it a quick mix. Make sure there are no lumps. Now cover this with a lid or a cling wrap and leave it aside for about 5 minutes for the yeast to bloom. If you're using instant yeast, then there is no need to do this step. You can directly add all the ingredients into the flour, but it is a good practice to first activate the yeast, to check if the yeast is working properly or not, and instead of wasting the whole recipe, you can save the recipe. So now we'll keep this aside. Actually, while the yeast is blooming, you can grease a bowl and keep it aside. Now onto your work surface, add flour and salt, give it a quick mix and make a well. Now add the oil into this. Use olive oil if you have, otherwise you can even use vegetable oil. Now gradually add this yeast mixture and form a dough. Once everything is incorporated, now start kneading the dough. You need to keep kneading it. Yeah, it's a lot of elbow work. If you have a stand mixer or a hand blender with the hook attachment, then you can use that. That is the lifesaver. But for breads, it is a good practice to do with your hand. You'll actually learn a lot, like the moisture content, how the dough is, what temperature your dough is, everything you can check with your hand. So use your palm to knead the dough as shown in the video. So keep kneading. So to check if it's properly kneaded or not, we need to perform this windscreen test. I have already shown this in my previous videos. You can check them also. So you need to take a chunk of dough and start spreading like this, and you need to kind of see the other side, like it will be a translucent film and without tearing. So if that is perfect, then the dough is well kneaded. Since this is tearing, I need to knead the dough further. So keep kneading and always use a bench scraper or a dough scraper to cut the dough. Do not tear the dough. So now perform the test again and start spreading like this, and it's almost done. Yeah, the dough is well kneaded now. Now make a ball and tuck it underneath. So do not damage the dough by dragging it. Gently tuck in so that there are no cracks on the surface, and it will be proofed nicely. Now pinch the dough to seal it. To ensure it's well sealed and it's nicely compact without any cracks, you can do this on the work surface, like gently push it so that everything is sealed from bottom. Now place this dough into the greased tin and also apply a little oil on top of it so that it doesn't dry out while proving. Now cover this with a cling wrap or a kitchen towel and leave it aside to proof for about 45 to 60 minutes or until the dough doubles in size. Now as you can see, it has doubled in size and proved very well. Now degas the dough by punching it and transfer the dough onto your work surface. To remove the excess gas, you need to do this process, and this is called fingering of the dough. Yeah, keep your dirty minds away and check the recipe. So make it into a ball and divide this. You can make a large pizza with this dough, but I'm making two smaller pizzas, so I have divided it. If you're dividing like this, then the other dough, you need to tuck it in, pinch it and cover it, and then keep it aside until you use it. Now roll this dough to whatever thickness you want, like thin crust pizza or medium crust. So I'll roll it to this mid size and then I'll spread it on the baking tray. So this is the tray I'm using since I don't have pizza baking tray. Sprinkle some semolina and gently transfer this dough onto the baking tray. Now you can spread the dough furthermore however you want. Like I want it a little thin, so I'm gently spreading it with my fingertips. Do not drag the dough. Once you're okay with the size, then use your two index fingers and make this border all around. Now make this indent around the border so that whatever the sauce or cheese you put onto the pizza doesn't overflow. Now dot the dough using a fork. This step is to ensure that the pizza doesn't rise unevenly. Now I'm using the store-bought pizza sauce. So add 1.5 teaspoons or 2 teaspoons of pizza sauce and spread it evenly. Do not add too much also, because if it's wet then it doesn't bake over there and it will stay raw. Now you can add a mix of cheeses. I'm using a slice of processed cheese. Now add a generous amount of mozzarella cheese. Since it's margherita, there are no toppings on this, so it's a plain one. Add a good amount of mozzarella cheese. Now I have some basil leaves, fresh basil, so I'm placing these all over, like how much ever you want you can place it. Now just to stick everything, I'm sprinkling a little amount of cheese on top. Once it's done, bake this in a preheated oven at 200 degrees centigrade for about 15 to 20 minutes. Once the timer is done, remove the baking tray from the oven and transfer it onto a cutting board. To check if the pizza is well baked, you need to check the bottom of the pizza for the color as shown in the video. Now let's slice it. I don't have a pizza cutter guys, so I'm slicing it with a knife. And that's it. You can enjoy it. Look at the crust, it's perfectly baked. Nothing like homemade pizza. So do make this at home this weekend and serve it to your family members. They will love it. Nothing like home baked and self-made. Yeah. Also share your experience in the comment section below. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching.